Now, is that one monitor for you? Or do you have two monitors there?
I have one on. Yeah, the right one is not on yet.
Wait, no, but the screen in front of you, your actual PC screen.
Oh, that's one screen. It's the G9, the Samsung Odyssey G9, the curved one.
So do you, and then when you're streaming, you're able to just scale it?
What you see on the screen is like not the super ultra wide, just like a ultra wide,
Oh, okay.
like one step smaller. Like basically, like the sides are cut off on the stream. Like I have my FPS on, for example, but you don't see that on the screen.
Okay.
Like my view is basically wider than what's on the stream. Like otherwise, it would be too narrow.
Mm.
The nice thing with like the widescreen is that you can put like all the information, like my Navigraph and stuff like that. I can move that up and show that and
Mm.
go back to it. Like you can pull those panels out. You have your chat in there.
Okay.
That's nice, so you don't have them as like an overlay on top of your game.
Yeah.
Um,
I like
but
that
like it just
screen.
narrows a
It
little
looks
bit.
that looks really nice.
Thank you. All right, both engines should be on. Generators are on. Each
For those just joining, we do have a
lights.
multi-Twitch going on, so you can check out both of our streams at the same time. We are controlling the same the same exact plane. He's in
That's
New York, and I'm in Utah. We're however many thousand plus miles away from each other, and we're sharing the same plane, but not the same coffee.
not the same coffee.
All right, I'm getting 31 FPS right now, which is
You
not
should also
very good.
eventually move over to the co-pilot seat.
Huh?
Move to the co-pilot seat again.
You didn't notice, but in the Diamond, I never did move
Oh,
because it didn't have the quick pilot view
I
instrument.
thought you did.
No, I didn't.
My
So I'm on your lap.
bad.
Your wife said I could sit on your lap, or girlfriend. Is that an A380 right there? That looks like an A380. Do you have the same static aircraft that I have, right?
Nope.
No? Huh.
I don't have that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's not synced, unfortunately. That also depends on like how, like what your settings are for like busyness on the
Okay.
ground, stuff like that.
Okay.
And I think I reduced mine all down because those are apparently heavy on the CPU.
Okay. Wow, your stream's on massive delay. Because
Is it?
I'm now just watching you turn around and start out from the gate.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's just on my end or maybe that could be multi-twitch is just an embedded. Huh. It's weird.
Oh shit! I missed the. Sorry, I missed the intersection. Tokyo drift around.
My left engine is off,
Is it?
but the right one's on. No, they're both off for me.
Huh.
Or
Should be
or
both
they're spinning
on.
so fast it looks like they're off. No, they're off. They're off, but my plane is still moving quite nicely.
Magically.
Let's see if I hit the start button. What happens? Okay, now, yeah. I'm glad that start. Oh, nope, I lost the engine. Hold on. This is just more for visuals because.
Do the fuel pumps have to stay on this one, or are
No.
those
Well,
supposed to boost
I
up?
think for takeoff. Yeah, I keep losing my engine. Oh, they're both on now.
Are your
Oh,
fuel
nope.
fuel things on? Your fuel controls?
No. Those are not synchronized. Okay. Now we're golden delicious. Okay.
All right.
You want flaps?
I already put them on 1 notch.
Okay.
And you can do gear up and flaps when we.
You call them, I'll do them. Aborted takeoff?
Engines are off. The right engine just died on me.
How's your fuel control look? When I switched mine, did it change yours?
No.
Huh.
See if the remaining runway is enough to get us up.
Just make sure the virtual FAA is not looking.
We're just waving nicely to the tower.
Hmm?
Still have more than half of the runway.
Acknowledge the follower. Mr. Polite 01 with the follow, thank you.
60. 60. Let's rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Gear coming up. Yeah, 29 frames. A little bit light. Tim Stars NL with the follow, thank you. Let me know when you want flaps.
Yeah, flaps up.
Flaps up.
Did D-Bird turn around and
He's
flow
over
circles over the airport? Or?
He's over at Friday Harbor in the Icon. In the Icon doing water landings. All right, so I've proved to myself that 30 frames is not enough for this sim. I've always said in the past, 30 frames, your eye can't really discern much more than 30 frames in flight sim. It's not true right now.
Yep.
Well, massive stuttering going on right now.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
Big leg.
yeah.
Downwind. Bumps off.
Are you on autopilot?
I'm on autopilot, yep.
Are you in heading mode or nav mode?
I'm in heading mode.
Okay, mine shows level mode AP PIT. Yours probably shows something different.
Started the heading mode. Did it work?
Yeah, now it's heading mode.
Okay.
Let me see if can I change the heading? Let's find out.
You should be able to.
All right, so I'm gonna rotate the knob. No, the real sim gear is not working. Oh, that's because we restarted the sim. I gotta disconnect and reconnect. Hold on.
Are you using your proper like G1000 panels?
Yeah. It was working before, but for some reason it's not working. Disconnect. Rescan. Shared cockpit. Yeah. If you type in Mr. Polite, if you type in exclamation shared, you'll get a link to the software. That it's free. We're stalling. Change the PFD here. Yeah, for whatever reason I can't control the heading in the hardware panels, but I'll do it in the once you're not stalling, I'll try the heading change. Hello from Microsoft. Do you have a problem with your plane? I do. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Give it a go. There's a handful of aircraft that work with it. Not all of them, but are you climbing too fast, or did we lose engines?
That's a good question. I think we still have engines. Oh no, the right engine is off again. There we go.
And in my sim, the left throttle's off. It's funny. I'm gonna move my throttle up. All right, so now I'm going to engage heading mode. I'm going to attempt to change our heading. Yep, there we go. I assume your plane is turning.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
What's your COM1 set to right now?
COM1 is set to 127.
Yep.
And
That
then
works.
highlighted is 124.885.
Yep, second.
Okay, nav mode back on.
Yeah, nice. So we can actually do proper VATSIM flights now as well.
You think?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we did it once, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we had to like fiddle with the frequencies all the time.
Yeah.
But now it updates it correctly for me. It updates it when you change it on my SciTech panels as well.
I remember that being quite the pain.
Yeah. But if it's properly synchronizing, then that's all we need.
Yeah. All right, still getting small stutters, 35 frames in the outside
like
view.
28, 36 cockpit view, outside view, 30. But it could be the shared cockpit because it synchronizes stuff. We would be able to see that better when we had the dev mode on. To see whenever like SimConnect is doing an action.
Well, what we can do is after we land, we can take off, fly, at like 1,000 feet around Portland Airport, and then disconnect the shared cockpit and see if we suddenly lose the stutters.
Yep, can try that.
Yeah, there's the multi. This is Pilot Edge approved, absolutely. Yeah. I actually have done shared cockpit on Pilot Edge before. I did it in a Zebo of all things, and I had a beautiful crash too on Pilot Edge in the Zebo with I think it was JSnap. Uh-oh. Lag right there.
Yeah, it dropped for like to 8 frames for a second.
I'm trying to think. I'm not so sure that shared would be affecting the scenery, though.
No. But every time SimConnect is doing like, synchronizes all the sim variables and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's a hit on the CPU more so than the graphics cards or like
So,
your GPU,
so
and that can
okay.
create those micro stutters.
So I'm just wondering if we eliminate. I mean, obviously, if we turn off shared cockpit and it goes back to smooth, then we know the culprit. But let's assume that it is the culprit. Do we need to lower our settings when we do shared cockpit potentially?
Either that, or we can just reduce the update rate in shared cockpit. I think right now it's like 30 or something, 30 updates per second.
Is that milliseconds?
No,
Or is
30
that
times
30?
per second.
That's
So
30. Okay, per second. Okay.
so if we just set that to like 10 updates per second
Okay.
or something like that,
Yeah, because
that might improve it.
the stutter's a little bit too much for me. Should I upgrade my RAM from 16 gig to 32 gig? I don't think you need to go to 32 gig. I think it's more important that your CPU, because I have 32 gig in this system. I'm kind of taking a chance by going into the task manager here while we're doing shared cockpit, but right now I'm only loading in. Well, it does say I'm loading in 17 gigs of memory, so maybe 32 would help. Yeah, it says I'm using 17 gig. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm going over. So yeah, maybe it will help you. RAM's not that expensive right now. You had a rainbow yesterday in Alaska. That's random. That's awesome.
By the way, your control also supports multiple people now.
So a
So
third
we can
person,
have
could join us.
a passenger who is flying with us
Oh wow. In their plane or
in their plane. Yeah.
okay.
So we could have like DM Bird or
Someone we
whoever
trust like
loading
Scotty
in.
P, St.
Yeah.
Wolfric. Yeah.
And then having their camera in the back seat fly with us.
Have like their GoPro.
Pilot and co-pilot lose consciousness and he has to jump in and crawl to the front seat and take over the plane.
Yeah. Or he takes us out and takes over the plane,
throws
us out. Yeah. Time for John Fly to buy RAM. Oh, I have 32 gigs. And it was like, yeah, it just barely crept over 16 gigs. Definitely want 32 gig for real sims like X-Plane. And this one says JSnap. Yeah. Yep. This sim kills your CPU. Scotty, you're on the AMD, right? You're on the... Which AMD do you have again, Scotty? I will order you around and call you Jeeves from the back. Hey, Mobiz. Shared Cockpit is not in the game by default, Captain Monty, but it is a download freeware mod that you can type in !shared in the chat, and you will get a link to the free program to try with your buddy. St. Wolfric says, I've had fewer problems with MSFS than any other, and I'm only 16 gig RAM on a 1070. Probably not at Ultra, but if it's beautiful and working for you, it's like that. It's like that Saison 3900X. That's right. Johnny 2 Theo, hello. Is it a little bit smoother now that we've gotten away from the city?
I'm just going down to 3,000 feet.
Okay, I'm going to remove the PFD and MFD.
I also set the localizer. Yeah, it updated for you as well.
I'm going to turn on the back cam. Back cam's on. Back cam. I, of course, usually see three runways because of the homebrew, but my 6700K runs great. Well, I'm telling you right now, if you're in if you're in Atlanta, 3 runways is fine. Or Chicago. Oh, I almost clicked onto another screen. I better not have it. Let's see if we're getting a stutter. I'm going to go up above and look at the nose of the plane. Yeah, still got a stutter. But could be worse. All right, for those just joining, again, nDeavor is flying the plane right now. I can take over and fly the plane. He can tell me to put the gear up. I can do that. I can change knob switches, this, that, and the other. He's in New York. I'm in Utah, and we're doing shared cockpit Diamond DA62. And we're just on our way down to Portland from Seattle. If you want to check out both of our streams, there is the multi-twitch. And maybe comment on nDeavor's stream to see if his stream is delayed. Although when we're in cruise, it'll be harder to tell. We got a subscribe. Pretty
sure it's delayed.
Where's the home brew?
Where is the home brew? Man, my brown ale. I wish you could have some of this brown ale, Snack Air brown ale off Sked. But that dry Irish stout, the amber ale and the dry Irish stout are in the fermenters, and we bottled the oatmeal stout yesterday. Oh baby. The real live pilot subscribe in the house. Exactly. Are you both in the same seat at the moment? Yeah, I'm sitting on his lap.
I just moved over to the right seat.
He got a little uncomfortable, and he slid right over to the right. He's like, yeah, your butt's too bony. It's like, yeah, you need more cushion on that. And he's like, I'm out of here. He almost went out the door, but then I drug him back in. Have you ever flown the Dash 8 on X-Plane? I'm considering picking it up from the cell. Yeah, the Dash 8 is great. It's I haven't been able to get it to work in 11.5, but that was early days in with Vulkan, and I may have had some personal problem with that, with how I set it up or whatever. I couldn't get it working, but in the past you can do a YouTube search of John Fly and FlyJ Sim Dash 8 Q400, and done a lot of videos. There's a famous crash too. Did you select an approach? You did, didn't you? Cool. But if it were me right now, I would get the 732 or the 727 for X-Plane. If you don't already have those, those are premier. And yeah, a little more polished than the Dash 8 that's currently available. But yeah, the new ones in the oven. You got the 727 thanks to yesterday's giveaway. Oh, nice. I used to have a love-hate relationship with that bird. All right, so remind me when we're landing. After we land, let's just stay on the runway and then do a takeoff and test.
Yep.
It seems a little bit smoother at the moment. Nope. Still got little tiny stutter. Wow, that guy's flying across the sky. Dolce 1021 is... Whoa. It's like a UFO. You going up?
Yep. Just those mountain ranges ahead of us.
You want to clear the mountains? When is the next A300 outing? I would like to do the A300 again because you know what? I forgot how to fly that plane. Most of it anyway. Are you mirroring them to your dash to an iPads? What? Does anyone understand that statement? So, John, are you mirroring them to your dash to iPads? Oh, these things here? These are real sim gear. Well, you know what they are. Where's a Grand Canyon Cub flight? That would be fun. A group flight in the Grand Canyon. I seem to recall about 2 years ago, we did a Grand Canyon flight where we jumped in helicopters and we flew through the Grand Canyon and then landed somewhere in southern Nevada or Arizona, northern Arizona. That was a fun time. Yeah, we've done a lot of group flights with Valdudes. The one most memorable was when we got all in the Aerosim Super Cub. When that came out, we all jumped in and did a group flight together. I think there was probably a dozen people flying their Cubs in that flight. That was pretty cool. You were just at the canyon last Tuesday? Yeah, I saw, speaking of travel, JetBlue was offering round-trip airfare from Salt Lake City to Aruba for $370. So tempted. I was so tempted. See how the frame is. Let's get our nose down there. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit stutter. Family's in town. You took them up there? Yeah. Well, I'll be able to take a trip soon, especially if Tesla stock goes down on Monday. Then I'll be able to take a trip sooner than later. Looks like you're going to clear that mountain.
Barely.
Just a little tree trimming.
Flight just gave me the 500 AGL warning.
That's the one downside to having the real sim gear panels up on the table is I don't have a lot of real estate, and I got the big iPad Pro, and it won't fit, so I can't have 4 flights sitting up here.
I have the little iPad Air, I think it is.
A mini would probably
iPad
fit up
mini.
here. A mini would probably fit up here, but a full Pro does not fit up here. So,
But those real sim panels, they're quite pricey, right? They're like almost $1,000 or something like that.
yeah, I think this PFD over here is 900 or 1,000, and then I don't know what I have a 15-inch MFD to mimic the MFD that comes in the TBM. I can't remember the price of it, but yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah, I'm getting like the Bravo throttle quadrant.
Oh yeah.
From Honeycomb. Should be shipped December 7th, so I should have it sometime in a week or two. I'm looking forward to like try that out with like the yoke and the throttle quadrant. how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it. I think it's good quality from what I've gathered. I mean, they're the
I
yoke,
like that it's
but
so
I don't have room.
customizable.
I don't have room for it. I
Yeah.
can't dedicate a yoke to my pit.
Yeah.
I'm too spoiled with having these joysticks right next to each other.
What I like is it's customizable, so you can like really set it up for the plane, right?
Yeah.
For the DA64 now, I have only one throttle. I don't even have a split throttle, so I can only move
Yeah.
both engines at the same time.
Yeah.
But with the throttle quadrant, you have basically, I don't know, six levers that you can customize.
Yeah.
So you can have 2 throttles, 2 feathers, 2 fuel controls. You can set it up for the Boeing, so like have your reverse levers on the throttle as well, and then flaps and
Yeah.
the air brakes and stuff like that, which is really good.
Yeah, Kev's. That's a 4-gallon fermenter from Anvil. It's got a spigot spout on it, and then I've got the a 6.5-gallon all-in-one electric brewing system over on that side. But yeah, that's the 4-gallon fermenter that the oatmeal stout just was bottled yesterday in.
But the throttle quadrant also has like all the like similar buttons that the Cytec panels have for like heading, altitude select, and all those kind of things. So that reduces then one of the Cytec panels that I would have to use. You don't have the LCD screens on it though, but you can see it in the sim.
Oh, I didn't know about
And I'm
that.
just left with the radio panel. They also have like indicator lights for like oil pressure and all those kind of things, and they work closely with Microsoft and Asobo to like have full compatibility and integration with the sim, which is nice. Like they had the partner update video, I think, with last week. And they're also gonna release next year the Foxtrot joystick and throttle combo.
Yeah, I think I did. The joystick that I have, I'm planning on another 5 years with it at least.
Yeah.
So rock solid.
And they're also gonna have rudder pedals mid next year. That
Now
actually have like a belt drive in between. So
that'll
that
be interesting
simulating...
because my MFG crosswind pedals are awesome, but they one of them is slightly bent, I think.
I like that they put enough work into the quality, but still keep it like in a reasonable price range.
Yeah. I like the fact that they had some integrity when their people were scalping. You know, people were getting their hands on them and then reselling them for a ton more money. And then they decided to limit the amount of yokes that you could order at a particular time, just to fight the scalpers.
Yeah, I was lucky to get into that first wave. Like I was there like when they released it.
They offered me
the second production week.
They offered me a free one.
Oh, cool.
And I said no. I said no, thank you, because I told them I would probably use it once to show the stream. But
right.
That's it, because I just don't have I need access to the keyboard and the mouse and the mixer and everything.
Yeah.
It's just that's just
I
personal
like it
opinion.
works when I have the yoke on, and I have like a little like Bluetooth keyboard that I can basically put on top of the yoke.
Yeah, that's
push my big one to the back.
Yeah.
It works, but whenever I if I do that during the week when I'm also working and stuff like that, it's just like cumbersome to like move things around. But like if you have a dedicated
engine off again?
Fly session. What?
Your engine off again? Because we're going down to 9. We're slowing down drastically.
Oh yeah, the right engine is off again. Or the throttle went down at least.
Huh.
I don't know why that is. Yeah, whenever you manipulate the throttle, it only moves the right one. But you have a combined throttle, right?
I was just doing that in the 3D cockpit with the mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so did I.
Now I did it with the joystick. It's weird. And we're a little off track. Are you going direct field?
Yeah, we are going to BTG.
Okay, battleground. Okay.
That's
We,
yeah.
all right. I just
And
had
then we swing around to the right to land on 10 left.
all right. Well, for whatever reason, my sim had us going to Helms and then Crater and then to BTG, but ATC gave us direct battleground.
Yeah, but it should have updated yours.
Yeah.
The sim
It didn't.
when I updated the flight plan.
Right now, it shows our active leg is Buzo to Helms.
Huh.
And it also
Okay,
shows
looks
that
like it does
we're...
not synchronize the flight plan then. Like if I bring it up on my screen, we're
Yeah, I see that you brought up my
on
flight
Alder
plan.
and we bring it to BTG.
Yeah.
And I didn't change anything. I just clicked the procedure and went to
Okay.
load and activate the approach 10 left.
I'll be right back.
All right, we still have about 24 minutes to go. 41 miles to Portland. Keeping an eye on our engines. What's our pattern altitude? At 3,000.
I build up a lot of static electricity. Whenever I touch things, it takes out my capture card for a second, then it comes back. Am I able to reach 100 FPS? I thought you were using a 4K monitor. I'm using a 2K monitor. I haven't been on a 4K for years. And right now, for whatever reason, I'm at 102 frames, and I don't know how.
I don't think that is accurate.
Yeah, that might be reading the frame rate of my PFD. That's probably reading the frame rate of my PFD.
Yeah.
My 2D screen. But it sure looks good. But if you look at the ground, you can see the small stutters. Oops. But this is a 2K monitor. It's the Predator monitor. Yeah, that's a MSI afterburner issue that when you open up the it somehow measures the FPS on the pop-ups. Unfortunately, I could probably change it in afterburner maybe. Gonna change our time of day and get the sun out of the way. There we go. How is shared cockpit working? So far, pretty good. There's a few issues. For example, what we just discovered was when he changed the flight plan to go direct to a VOR, my flight plan did not update. So, as you can see here in the I'll zoom into the MFD. His sim is going direct to Battleground, which is right there. And my sim wants to go Helms, then Crater, because again, the flight plans are not synchronizing. But other things are synchronizing. A lot of the buttons are working, the switches are working, the radios have been fixed, and they probably fixed the radios based on your report.
Possibly, yeah. Like I'm in touch with the developer, and like we were having some back and forth on GitHub. And he's always when he fixes certain things, like he messages me and says like, hey, like I addressed this issue, give it another try.
Nice.
He also really enjoys the streams that we're doing and like testing it, and
oh, good.
Really putting it through the test with like VATSIM and different aircrafts. So he really appreciates that we do that. I also donated some money to him.
Oh, nice.
For this great work. And he came back and was like, I really appreciate it as well, but like I don't really have like any benefits for like something like Patreon or something like that, where donors get like additional benefits or something like that. But he might think about something like that in the future, because I think like good work like this should definitely be.
But he can get some nice
rewarded. Yeah,
he can get some nice beer also from your donations. That's important.
Yeah.
If you type in Meister, if you type in !shared in the chat, it'll come up with a link to the Shared Cockpit software that just got updated.
Yeah, it's freeware. It's on GitHub. People can contribute to it as well. It works with a handful of planes right now,
but not the A320.
It might work with others as well, but like these are like properly tested. Like they changed it so that now they have like different configuration files per plane. I think that's based on like the different autopilot systems and stuff like that. Like if you have the G1000 or G3000, or if you have like an airliner.
Yeah.
But it's definitely working better than it was in the beginning. But we haven't tried again today to hand over controls.
No, we haven't done
I don't know if you want to do that.
We can do that on that.
Land, or
we can do that.
Just like
we'll land and then, like I say, stay on the runway. We'll take off. We'll test the. We can pass the controls before we do the disconnect of the server test. Yeah. 777 Coltrane. Good day, sir. Yes, shared cockpit. He's in New York. I'm in Utah. We're flying the same plane, and I probably have 80% of the plane I can control. I would say about 80%, maybe 90%. I just can't.
Yeah, he can interact with the cockpit.
Yeah. And once they fix the A320 to match the Microsoft update, then I do want to try that.
Yeah, so
like he can flip a switch and you see it. Yeah, let's give him an example.
Yeah, I can turn off the strobe lights, for example. I can turn the light switches.
Yeah, see, he's changing those lights right there. That's him. My hands are in the air. Go ahead and do it again.
Same way, John, even though he does not have official control of the plane, he can also switch those.
I can switch those as well. So I'll switch the position, strobe, landing, off. Go ahead and turn them back on, landing position and strobe. Yeah, see, so he's manipulating it, yeah.
The only thing that are basically prohibited that John cannot control are the joystick movements.
Unless he hits the pass control.
Elevators, rudder.
Yeah.
Unless I pass control over to him.
Yeah, which we'll test in Portland here in just a bit.
Yep. He even can control throttle, which is interesting. But we're not sure if it's working as intended or not.
Yeah. You may actually.
And it also works with multiple people, so we could even like have 3 or 4 people on a plane and like share an experience. Like
then
if you do like one of those bush trips, for example, you can have like a whole group in the same plane.
Yeah, and you probably would want to lower the speed rate of the shared, definitely when you're passing between 3 different people.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Can definitely play with those settings.
Yeah. You're actually going to play FS 2020 now? Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, keep in mind that you really should know the person you're doing it with because you're handing them over your IP address. I like that name behind us. There's a plane back there. It's called IRQ Conflict. That takes me back to the early PC days.
Oh, yeah.
With my modem. You have an IRQ conflict.
Back in the days when all your ports couldn't handle all the requests.
Yeah. Pre-USB.
Parallel port.
Oh, yeah. LPT. LPT1. You do a lot of F14 stuff in DCS with a friend. It's a lot of fun. I'm really impressed with DCS with regards to formation flying. It's amazing how well that works with those F-18s, 14s. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm stopped.
Hopefully it's just a lag.
Is yours stopped?
No, I'm still flying.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I was panning around looking at the sun. And oh, I'm back. That was close. It works great until it doesn't. Yeah, yeah, for this as well. Yep.
Now the question is just like if your plane is now behind me or not. Since we're not on the same server, we can't tell.
I'm just over. Do you have your airport labels on? La Center View Air, right off our right wing.
I don't have them on, no.
Oh, okay. Well, how many miles are you? How many miles are you from Battleground?
No, we're still pretty much the same. Like the small lake right underneath you.
How many miles are you to BTG?
Is that the next waypoint?
It's up at the top of the PFD. It'll say distance.
Distance to next is 8.9.
Yeah, we're the same.
Okay.
Auto screenshot mode. Is that what that was? We got a subscribe. We got a subscribe. Twin City Jeff, 13 months. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. How much money have you spent in the expo days of Star Citizen? Are we talking 4 figures? Shared cockpit in the F-14 is awesome, though. You can see the other person looking around. Oh, you can actually see head movement, huh? You know, I tried DCS. I did a DCS flight. I did the F-18. I did the I thought I did like the F-14 or whatever. Anyway, it lasted about 2 weeks, and then I haven't touched it since. I can't put a finger on why. Whoa. Yeah, I can't put a finger on why. I guess some things just don't take. I think part of it is I'm so used to, having air traffic control. Now, Pilot Edge used to offer they still may do offer ATC for DCS, but I don't think it was really utilized, so they may have shut that down. You have GCI stuff on DCS on some servers. Yeah. 4 figures in total, but only less than 500 at the expo through creative warbond upgrades and melting. There you go. Well, I would like to come into your 890 jump as I yeah, that'd be fun. I get lost in there though. There's no monetary element. Maybe if they add money for kills. I guess that's part of the other reason is I never got into combat. And yeah, I just did. I took off, flew around, landed, whatever, sightseed. The visuals were good. The water looked good. Some of the land looked good. Flew around the test range in Nevada. A couple other places. Never saw combat. You don't do civil flight sims much since it's my job. That makes some sense. Yeah. X-Plane 11 guy, how you doing? All right, we're making the turn from Battleground to USR. Just out of curiosity, what is your altitude set to in your PFD? Not what?
It's 3,000.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I'm having a slow descent.
300 feet per minute?
200.
Okay, mine says... It says 200 set, but we're actually doing 300.
Interesting.
You see how there's two different... like on the PFD, underneath the altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But both for me are 200, and ForeFlight also says 200.
Oh, yeah, mine says 300. Now it says 250. Now 300, 250. Huh.
Because we want to be at 3,000 at Booksum.
Yeah. Man, wouldn't it be great when we get all of the payware planes in this sim?
Yeah, but I think right now the issue why they haven't released it is also partly because not all the avionics are available through the SDK yet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard that there are some issues that not like all the avionics systems are not properly exposed to the SDK, which is why they cannot fully really work on their stuff.
So it's why PMDG, couldn't release day one.
Yeah. They have stuff in the works, and like they obviously like worked on the 3D models and stuff like that. But I think they're still having issues with the avionics. And I mean, we see that even the stock planes have still issues with avionics.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be amazing if we can do this your control with the 737?
Yeah. Or even like with a CRJ or something like that.
Yeah. And have it be solid. You would love an
we will get there.
You would love an E175 in this sim? Yeah. An E-Jet would be good.
Wasn't Asobo or no, not Asobo. Aero, what's it called?
Aerosoft?
The German company. No, German company.
There's someone making a CRJ, but not an E-Jet that I know of.
Weren't there? Yeah, they were working on the CRJ, not the Embraer. I'm sure all those planes will come, but yeah, like I really hope that maybe the fly-by-wire guys will publish an update sometime soon, and then we can try the shared cockpit in the A320.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lex. Yeah, Aerosoft.
Yeah, Aerosoft. Yeah, exactly. I think they had the CRJ. They previewed it like a while ago. I have the airport, the Paderborn airport that they released for free.
Okay, it looks like we're gonna come out here and do a curve in.
Yep. Still 500 feet to go.
Going to Buxom.
I already dialed in the nav frequency. 111.3.
Which runway?
10 left.
Okay.
10 left.
Complete Freedom, good afternoon to you. We're just landing here at Portland. We're doing shared cockpit. It's rather relaxing that I can just kick back and watch my friend nDeavor just fly the plane.
Well, you will have to do something when we're on landing, on final.
Like what?
Gear down.
Gear down?
flaps.
Gear down.
Lights are still on because we're low. Okay, leveling out at 3000s. Slowly but surely. Once we cross Buxom, I think we can switch over to nav1.
I shouldn't say this, but it looks like we might complete a flight. Shared cockpit.
Knock on wood.
Yep.
Well, we did complete one before where we had like this tow truck scenario where you were like lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had to do like a long landing
Yeah, that's true.
or like a late touchdown. So
Yeah.
you make it onto the runway. Which still might happen now because I don't know how this lag impacted us. You can see on the ground if we're like standing on the same spot or not.
I see the runways. I just jinxed it, Cajun Cacti. It's pop. Uh-oh. Oh, I did a big lag right there. Yeah. X-Plane Orc Store is down. Yeah, yesterday was having some issues with speed.
Are you doing a sunset landing? Is that?
Yeah, I
okay,
just turned off the lights here. Turned off the sun just for a visual test here.
Where's it going?
Yo, John Fly, acknowledge the
Did it have the wrong localizer?
Did it go through the loc? Oh, your CDI is not GPS.
No, I just switched it back to GPS because it was trying to like it was basically 180 degree.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. What are the two control panels behind your keyboard? Behind my keyboard. You mean in front of the keyboard? Those are Real Sim Gear G1000 PFD and MFD up here. So did you have the loc? Maybe try it now. Is your course? Yeah, the course is set.
It has IIAP. Is that the right one? Is it 11? 11.3.
What happens if you change the CDI now? And will it switch on my end?
It says IVDG. It should be the localizer name.
Yeah, that's it. It's showing.
But it's still in the bearing. It says IIAP. Wonder if we have the wrong one.
On mine it shows IVDG at the top. But mine still shows GPS as the CDI. Are you able to switch CDI or no? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there you go. Now hit nav.
Yeah, but
Hit nav.
it still has
It still has the bank
opposite
turn.
course.
Yeah. Hand fly it, baby. Hey, D Monies. Did I hear you write on Discord you got an Italian station this morning on FT8? 20 meter? Was it 20 meter? Yeah, it's the old famous engage nav mode does the exact opposite of what you want it to do problem. 20 meters, yeah.
Interesting.
Like you said, that end-fed antenna is doing really well.
Okay, flaps.
All right, you want flaps?
Yep.
Okay, oh, 1 notch of flaps in. I don't think that's a shared cockpit problem because I might do that on my own all the time. It just banks off to the right.
Yeah.
I think it wants to get.
Like it just takes a back course, basically.
I think it wants to get to that real final approach fix before it will work, and not be too far out. I think. But you want gear down?
What if we, gear down?
Geared coming down.
Trying something. Oh, it does not even do back course.
Okay, gear down. 3 grain.
Cut it off. Where do you see the runway? Oh, there's the runway.
It's not the one below us. It's the next runway.
Yeah. I just had to like organize my cameras. It's weird to land when I'm in the right seat. Not used to that.
This is kind of deceiving how there's a runway right in front of us. It's not our runway.
Yeah, it's the one behind the river, right?
It's the one on the other side of the river. Yep.
Yeah.
You seem like you're a little low.
Yeah, we have 4 red.
It's pretty.
one white. Wait. Okay, another round of flaps.
Well, what? Oh, another notch of flaps. Okay, coming in. It seems. Who would have thought that the guy with the label over there, his name is Bill M. PDX, would be hanging out at PDX? I mean, I would have never guessed. Hello, Bill M. from PDX. I like the space bar, how it puts you up above the flare shield a little bit.
The landing mode, yeah. We have 3 white on your screen. Too high now.
85 knots. Did the labels change, or is that configurable now? That's a mod. That's a, well, are you talking about the multiplayer people? Yeah, that's a mod. It was too obtrusive before, but now it's golden delicious. And apparently there's an update. nDeavor told me.
Yeah, that was like 2 or 4 days ago or something like that.
$67 knots, a little slow.
Put the throttle up again.
Nice touchdown.
All right, trying to stop. Well, we can roll to the end and then turn around.
Okay, flaps.
Yeah, but I think you're
Flaps come
stream
on.
is a little bit behind.
Flaps to take off.
So we stop.
But Captain Henry, hello. It's been a while since I've started this up and looked into any of the mods. Yeah, that you can choose which color you want, not in the program, but actually which mod you load up will give you the certain font color. I like the green.
Yeah, they have like for in-cockpit tooltips. They have shortcuts to turn on and off the HUD in external view. They have the player labels. And you can toggle them as well with like F11 and F12. You can turn them on and off.
I haven't tried that. No, I just took a screenshot with F12 or 11, and then yeah, F12 was a screenshot, and F11 just zoomed in and out.
Ah, interesting.
All right, so we will take off. Actually, yeah, let's pass, once you turn around, let's pass control and let's see if I can take off.
I will try to get us at the threshold line there. But we should also try to pass control midair to see if it synchronizes fast enough.
I can take off under my control, and then once we get up to altitude, pattern altitude, I'll switch it back to you.
All right, so we should be like on the threshold line now.
Okay.
Parking brakes on. That looks like we're still synchronized. All right, gonna pass over controls. You're in control.
All right.
Yeah, RPM's going up. I said parking brakes, so you may have to release brake.
Yep. Looks like it's going.
Rolling.
They need to work on the friction, ground friction for this plane, because if you go full throttle on a DA62,
it takes a bit to get moving. Yeah. And I see my ground is like jittering a little bit back and forth.
All right, can you do gear up?
Gear up.
Yeah, it's working. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Okay, I'm gonna get up to 1,000 feet. I'm gonna do a right crosswind, and then we'll pass control after I get in the downwind lane.
And we're trying to pass control without autopilot, right?
Yeah, do you need to put your throttles in a full throttle position, do you think, to take over, or?
Maybe.
Okay, there's 1,000 feet. Gonna level off. Bringing the throttles back a little bit. Trimming up the
Right
aircraft.
now I have no joystick ability to move left and right.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Okay, turning right. Oh, what a beautiful shot of the runway and the airport and the plane and the river. I don't know about you, but I am not getting any stutters right now.
I still have a little bit of micro stutters.
Well, I'm wondering if slave versus master is relative to this.
Maybe. I mean, I'm also doing encoding on my machine with OBS.
Oh, I got a little stutter there, but... Okay, I'm ready to pass you control if you want to test that part of it.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to level off here. We're kind of flying up, but here we go. Give control. You're in control.
Yep. I'm in control.
That was pretty smooth.
I just had like a little jump, but that was it.
I saw that, yeah.
Alright, so now I'm turning autopilot to just keep us where we are. And putting in heading mode. And now I'm passing it over to you again. See what happens.
Okay, a little bit of a jump, a little bit of a stutter.
And let me change the heading. It's actually moving. But I don't have joystick control anymore. You are in control of the joystick.
Okay.
I mean, it's an autopilot, but like if you switch autopilot off again, then you should be able to control. Remember last time we had those issues that like the plane was like going into nosedive whenever we switched over?
Yeah.
By the way, your hand is in focus of your camera.
Okay.
There you go.
Autopilot off. All right, I'm gonna do a short field approach. Can you go gear down?
Gear down.
And we're gonna do no flap landing here. Short field.
Butter.
All right, so I'm going to take off, and now we're going to do that test with the stutter. So flaps are up. I'm going to take off, and we'll get, like I said, we'll get back up to 1,000 feet, and then we'll see if we have a stutter. And then we'll
turn it off.
And then we turn it off. Just a test. Gear up, please.
Gear up.
Thank you. You guys are getting really close to my old house. Hey, have us over for lunch. Tuna fish, please. Or maybe some cedar plank salmon. Either one. Alright, I'm going to engage autopilot. Sync the heading mode. Go into heading mode. And I also want to hit altitude hold. Yeah, right here.
Nice. All the lights on my SciTech panel turned on as well.
Oh, good.
Did that. Yeah, so that's all passed through and synchronized.
All right. I don't know if it's placebo effect, but I really do feel like I don't have the stutters as much as before when I was slave.
I still have them.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the slave has more stutters than the master.
Yeah, but also it could be my settings. Like I have not had the sim on for like a couple of days. First time since the update, so I might have to tweak some settings. I also see like some of the houses and like relatively close distance are pyramids, so my LOD is probably too.
Okay, I do see a little bit of stutter right here.
Yeah, there are some stutters. I see them on screen, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect, and we're gonna see if the stutters go away. In 3, 2, 1, disconnect. I'm gonna let it stabilize. Nope, still stuttering.
Still stuttering, yep.
I'm gonna reconnect just for kicks and
Oh,
giggles.
Server is turned off.
Okay, never mind.
I killed my server to see stuttering because of that.
Yeah, I still got some stutter. So I think I need to lower my graphics settings. Oh, your old house where you no longer live. Oh, that would be hard to invite us over for dinner then. Alright, let's see if this plane will stall. I just did a barrel roll. Well, not a barrel roll, what do they call that when you just go up and around? A loop?
Can you do an inverted flight on this one?
I'll try it. I think you're supposed to put your fuel pumps on when you do inverted flight.
Doesn't really want to flip over. Is it like a half loop? Oh, there we go.
Oh. It just wants to go airborne. Oh, snack. Alright. I have lost the ability to drop my gear, and so I have to do a water landing. Here we go. Going into the water, boys and girls.
Slow and low. Very slow and low.
Or Skeeter.
But I think they still have like poor water collision. Even with the icon. Cut engines first, the Embert says.
Let's go fishing, boys. That is an awesome screenshot. F12.
Oh yeah, because you're on the Steam version, right? Yeah, Steam F12 is
Yeah.
screenshot.
Get out your best bait. I'm impressed with this water. I really am. Me and you go fishing in the bay, down by the river, full moonlight. All right, cool. That worked.
That worked better than expected.
Yeah. I don't know if you made any notes to report back to the dev, but you can certainly tell them that we had a blast today. And
Oh, the only thing really was like the fuel cutoff in the DA and
the
that only one throttle
synchronization.
moved at certain times.
Yeah. And it seemed like there was one other thing.
Just
Oh,
some stuttering.
well,
like,
the
other than that.
A320 in general, buttons. You know, the not being able to turn on the A320, but that's related to the mod, isn't it?
That's from
That's not shared.
the A320 mod.
Yeah. Because you didn't even have the server running when you tried to manipulate the buttons with
I
the
just
mod.
loaded up the airplane and
Yeah.
it was not working.
Yeah. And the your control does not work with the default A320, right?
Not sure.
Hmm.
I have to read through the notes again what they said for the A320 if they said like it's like development branch or whatever. No, the shared cockpit is on GitHub. You can just go to GitHub.
Yeah, John.
Exclamation mark shared. Download it and play it with your friends.
Yep. And he will take donations for anyone that wants to throw him a bone, which I will do.